All right, we are starting Unit 6, Lesson 10, and we're going to do variables on both sides of our equation. So we've been solving equations with inequalities, but now what are we going to do when we see a variable on both sides? So we're going to break this down, all right? So here's our first example. We have 6x minus 3 equals 2x plus 13. So what this means is these need to balance each other out. Whatever x is, it needs to balance out this equation. So I'm going to draw my line just so I understand. Not the best line, huh? But just so I understand that I'm breaking down this middle part, okay? So we're gonna move these x's first, okay? The first step is for me to move my variables. Not always, but you honestly can do this a couple different ways, but we like to go with the variables first, okay? And we're actually gonna subtract 2x from both sides. The reason I'm doing 2x is because, hint, if I move the variable term with the lesser, the least, the smaller coefficient, it makes my problem easier because then I'm not dealing with a bunch of negatives, okay? So our hint is to move the variable term with like that smaller coefficient. So that's why I'm gonna subtract 2x, okay? So we're trying to get the variable on one side, all right? So that's what our notes kind of say up here too. We want the variable by itself and the constants will go on the other side, okay? So I'm gonna take away 2x. One, it's the smaller one and it's easier for me. So 6x minus 2x gives me 4x. Then I still have to bring down the rest of the problem that was not used. So I didn't use this minus 3 and I didn't use 13. So I'm gonna bring those on down. Now from here, it's a two-step equation, something we've done now for a couple weeks. So what do I do first? Well, the third wheel needs to go. So we're gonna add 3 to both sides, bring down my 4x equals 13 plus 3 gives me 16. I then divide by 4 since it's being multiplied, and x equals 4. So let me go fill in these blanks over here real quick, sorry. So once we move that constant, move the variable, we then get back to our two-step equation. So after we subtracted 2x, we added 3 to both sides to get the constants on the same side. Now we have a one-step equation, so we would divide by, and we divided by 4. All right, so our idea is to move the variable first, move our constants, and then we'll have our one-step equations. So I'm gonna go check my answer because that's the fun part about algebra. So we're saying x equals 4, okay? So we're gonna substitute our answer in for x. So we have 6 times 4 minus 3 on this side of the equation. I have 2 times 4 plus 13 on this side of the equation. So now these sides need to equal each other. Well, 6 times 4 is 24. Then minus 3. I have 2 times 4 is 8, then plus 13. 24 minus 3, I get 21. 8 plus 13, I get 21. So when the sides balance each other out, that means I know that my x equals 4 is my correct answer. If I don't get that, then I'm not doing my problem right. All right, so let's go try our example number 2. Draw my line down the middle. Oh, my lines are terrible, sorry. All right, our first step is to get rid of the variable or move the variable that is smaller. So we're going to subtract 3n because it's smaller than that 7n. So I'm going to get rid of those variables. I now have 1 equals, well, 7n minus 3n is 4n. Bring down the rest of my equation. All right, from there I have a two-step equation. We're going to add our third wheel. 1 plus 5 gives me 6. Bring down the 4n. And sorry, what we did over here, we added 5 to both sides, and now we're going to divide both sides by 4. Yes, we can get fractions. It's okay. Make sure we can simplify them. So 6 over 4 also is 1.5 over equals n. Okay, so remember to simplify our fractions, okay? So let's check this work. It's a little funnier maybe with our fractions, but we can do it. So we have 3 times 1.5 plus 1 needs to equal 7 times 1.5 minus 5. So 3 times 1.5 should give me 4.5, then plus 1. 7 times 1.5 should give me 10.5 minus 5. Once I add those together, I get 10.5.5. 10.5 minus 5 is 5.5. So yes, I can get a fraction as an answer as long as when I check my work to get the same answer. So that's the front side. I'll flip it over. All right. I'm going to do one with you, then I'd like you to maybe stop the video before you watch me do the rest of them, okay? So let's just one more of me helping you out real quick. So once again, I want to get rid of the variable. That is the smaller one. So I'm going to go ahead and take away 6t. I don't like when they use these t's because they look like a addition sign. So I'm going to curve my t's. Anyways, 8t minus 6t, I get 2t. Bring down the rest of my equation that was not used. Now I've got a two-step equation, so we'll take away 5 from both sides. Bring down the 2t. 1 minus 5 is a negative 4. Keeping those signs is important, okay? Divide by 2. Divide by 2. They're saying t equals a negative 2. Remember, bring down this sign or it could mess everything up, because if I were to check it and I didn't have a negative, I would be wrong. So let's check it real quick. They're saying 8 times t, so t is a negative 2, plus 5 needs to equal 6 times t plus 1. So I'm just putting t in for my answer. And 8 times a negative 2 is a negative 16. 6 times a negative 2 is a negative 12. And I've got negative 16 plus 5, negative 11. Negative 12 plus 1, negative 11. So my answer is correct. So I want you to go ahead and stop the video, try 2, 3, and 4 on your own, and then press play and then watch just double check that you're getting the same answers. I'm not going to check all of these right now, just for time purposes, but I am going to solve them with you. So stop the video, do the next 3, and then we'll move on. All right, let's go ahead and solve over here. So I'm not going to always make you check. There might be a time where I do make you do that, but not always. So let's go ahead and look at this. So I have a C and a 4C. Well, this C sitting by itself is a smaller version. So bring everything else down. 4C minus a C is 3C minus 7. I now have a two-step equation. So let's go ahead and add 7 to both sides. I now get 27 equals 3C. That's 3 times C, so I'm going to divide it by 3. I'm going to get 9 equals C. So double check that you have 9 equals C. I could check it real quick. 20 plus 9 is 29. 4 times 9 is 36 minus 7 would be 29. All right, let's look at number 3. Draw my line. I'm going to go ahead and take away a k because it's the smaller variable. Bring down the 1. I get 2k minus 1. 3k minus k would give me 2k's. Two-step equation, add 1 to both sides. I get 2 equals 2k. One-step equation, I'm going to divide. 1 equals k. Once again, I could check it real quick. If I put 1 in here, 1 plus 1 is 2. 3 times 1 is 3 minus 1 is 2. So I can easily check it real quick too. All right, let's go look at the last example, see if you got the same answer. So remembering with this one, so I've seen kind of the most mistakes, that's a negative 13p. You have to carry signs with it. The sign in front or not, you're gonna mess it up. That's a negative 17p. So when I look at those, negative 17 is actually that smaller variable because it's further away. So we're gonna add 17p to both sides, okay? Bring down the 19. A negative 13 plus 17 would be a positive 4p equals, then don't forget, that's a negative 5. Please bring it down. All right, now I'm going to deal with some negatives, and that's okay, but we got to take away 19, bring down the positive 4p. A negative plus a negative stays negative, and I get 24. Divide by that positive 4. P should equal a negative 6. Now, I could have flipped it. I could have actually done this one a couple different ways, but this is the way I did it, is moving that first variable. So either way, I should have an answer of negative 6. All right, we're going to start into the next part. I'm just going to go over a couple of these examples too, okay? So this is now we're going to distribute, simplify, and then solve. So just a little longer of a process, all right? So we've done distributing before. The biggest thing is to make sure we distribute first. Do not go and add 5 plus 2, okay? Distribute first. Leave the 5 alone. And 2 times y is 2y. 2 times 4 is a positive 8. So that's that side of the equation. I then need to distribute the 5 to get 5y. 5 times a negative 3 is a negative 15. Then bring down that 10. Do not distribute the 5 to 10. It's not in parentheses. So over here it says eliminate the parentheses by using the distributive property. So that was our first step. Now our second step, we have to combine like terms. If not, it's going to take me longer to get to my answer. This is why we went over that first when we first started our algebra unit. So now I need to combine what is alike. So I can do 5 plus 8, which means nothing's happened to the 2y. 5 plus 8, I get 13. Nothing can be added to 5y, but I can take a negative 15 plus 10 and get a negative 5. Got messed that up. Now it goes back to what we just learned today. Okay, get the variable on one side. 2y is the smaller one, so I'm going to go move 2y. 13 equals 5y minus 2y gives me 3y minus 5. Now I got a two-step equation. Add the 5. 18 equals 3y. When I have multiplication, the opposite would be to divide. And I get 6 equals y. So let me go fill in some blanks real quick. So we first combined like terms. I then subtracted 2y from both sides. We then added 5 to both sides. And then we went and divided by 3. So those were the rest of those fill in the blanks. So distribute, combine like terms, then go back to what we just learned today, get the variable on its own side, then to a two-step equation. It's kind of like 5 steps. That's what I consider it. All right, let's do one more practice. Or, sorry, it's a check. I'm not going to actually check this one right now. Let's go ahead and get to, we'll do one more practice real quick. So with this, 8 needs to be left alone. That is a negative 2. If you don't carry it, you're going to get the wrong answer. So carrying that negative 2. So I get a negative 2y and then a negative 2 equals a negative 3y plus 1. Okay, carrying the negatives, or I promise you're going to get the wrong answer. Next step was to combine what's alike. So I have 8 minus 2 gives me 6 minus 2y equals a negative 3y plus 1. That side we couldn't combine anything. So now get the smaller variable away, since negative 3 is further from 0, that is smaller. So I'm going to add it to 3y to both sides, bring down the 6. I now get a positive y, and I get a 1. I still need to take away the 6 from both sides. I now get y equals a negative 4. All right, so carrying those negatives is a huge factor in this. All right, your assignment's back on Canvas. Remember to stop, go back, need whatever you need to get this lesson done.